You. You missed me, sweetheart. What? Nothing to say?
If you are here, then Washington is safe.
True, true. Thing is, I believe I've just been pardoned. Thank you kindly for the rescue, gents.
There can be no further mistakes, Thomas. Am I understood?
What about the assassin? Yeah. He's here. They put him in a cell right next to mine. Guess we didn't get them all, eh?
Deal with this, Charles.
At once, sir.
What are we gonna do?
You're that boy from the Continental Congress. Adams's little lapdog. I think I have an idea. Yes. 2 birds with 1 stone.
Do tell.
All in good time. It's not like the assassin's going anywhere. For now, we should see about getting you better accommodations here.
What are you on about? I thought I was getting out.
I'm afraid you won't be leaving for a while, thanks to Benjamin Talmadge. He's been running his mouth, saying all sorts of things. You're being investigated for plotting to assassinate George Washington.
What a bunch of bollocks. I thought you was gonna handle that.
We'll discuss this elsewhere.
I'm telling you, he's planning to escape. We should get in on it.
Yeah? And what makes you think that?
Caught him carving something in the yard. Slipped it in his pocket real quick when he saw me. Looked like a key.
Probably just a shiv.
Nah, Mason ain't a fighter. Always talking and tricking his way out of trouble. Weasel Weems, they call him. Sticky bastard.
Come on, Finch. He's not so bad. Even told me some letters once. Gonna write a note to my lady.
Ha! What for? You think that whore's out there pining for you? Saving herself for when you get out? Huh? No doubt she's already moved on to the next fella, and the fella after him.
You shut your mouth before I shut it for you.
Easy now. It was just a joke.
Yeah? Well, it wasn't very funny.
Don't remind me. A pox on all who've been bathing in winters. No pox on all who bathe in general, by my lights. So, I don't know what's wrong with that little Irish muckskin. I'd heard the wedding bells might soon be sounded. Now this.
Get up!
No pox on all who bathe in general.
Where are we going?
Stay out of trouble or you'll wind up in the pit.
Just done and everything is still fresh.
What are you looking at, half-breed?
Plain old rattler will do for me.
You not understand English? That it?
She seems a thoroughly sensible creature, not like to partake of such...
Do I need to knock some sense into that thick head of yours?
I should try and find this Weems fellow. If he intends to escape, perhaps he can help me.
As far as the waterways would take them. And don't remind
Please don't hurt me!
which was well obvious. Would have been a pretty kettle of eels to shake off that note off. He's a muckworm. Wouldn't have the nerve for something like this. Wouldn't ever I have not heard of it. There I might...
Get out of here.
Well, actually, it's the jump. Now I haven't ventured up that far.
Mason Weems?
Could be.
I need your help.
Oh?
They say you know a way out of here.
They say a lot of things.
I do not have time for games.
A shame, as I was hoping you might play one with me.
Fine.
Are you familiar with the rules? Seeing as you already know mine, what's your name?
Connor.
Pleased to meet you, Connor. Well played. So, what brings you to Bridewell?
Treachery. I have been falsely accused.
Of course you have.
You do not believe me?
Why should I? You've the look of a brute.
You misjudge. I'm an honest man.
And yet, also a man imprisoned. Tell me how you found yourself in this place.
It is a private matter.
As is what you ask of me.
It is funny, yeah?
I haven't ventured up that far yet. The Ohio country is still a somewhat savage locale for the general.
I was trying to prevent a murder.
Oh! Anyone I know?
George Washington.
The others put you up to this, didn't they? Thought it might be fun to have another laugh at Mason's expense. Fools, a lot of them. To make light of something like this. George Washington is brave beyond measure, loyal like a brother, peerless in character, and unshakable in his convictions. That man is our Jupiter Conservator, destined to lead us not just to freedom, but greatness. Anyone who says otherwise is either a simpleton or a traitor.
Then you understand why I need to get out of here. If I don't help him, he is going to die.
You're serious, aren't you? Very well. It's going to take some doing. See, everything hinges on the key I forged. But that loud Finch stole it. Took me 3 months to make the thing, too. You need to get it back, or we're not going anywhere.
Consider it done.
Really? Oh, no. I have not heard of it. There are might on the parties.
Somewhat too strong. That will the flavor of the meat wood. And to him he says, no, only me. If the others are not drinking beer, I will not either. Ha! It is funny, yeah? Ah, yeah. I think
So I mean something of interest. Me plead my point upon his person.
You could ask a Crumpback to help you with that. He's quite a knowledgeable fella. Assists me with several technical issues in our set design.
All right, scoundrels! Back in your cells!
I'll enjoy it. Nasty business, that over by the church. You'd think the peaceful endeavours of holy men would be worth a damn. These troubled times don't know what it is.
The things go wrong.
as you say, it is important how we build it. The difference is always the chimney.
No, I haven't ventured up that far yet. The Ohio mountains are
I think he will join us for the hunting on Saturday. He must finish his business for the major before, but he thinks Friday he will be done. I think it has to do with the beetle, the little one that eats the wood. We used to see that in the pine trees back home. He's a killer. I think he will join us for the hunting on Saturday. He must finish his business for the major before, but he thinks Friday he will...
What's wrong with you, you sot?
Hey! No one breaks the rules on my watch!
I'm not a man for nameless mutiny, I assure you. Good lad. Patience.
You guys, you can't escape that!
So you die!
Whatever went wrong with that little Irish mopsy? I've heard wedding bells might soon be sounded, but now this.
Indeed, I relinquished the tools of my trade to play the viola on Sundays. It's a most restful, satisfying pursuit.
It was a peal.
With another garrick well underway. The medley of lovers. So soon as the strike's done, we'll be rushing to get it up for Tuesday.
I've consulted all the experts and still have no solution.
Not important.
No, I think it was the consumption. I took a heavy toll throughout that village about 5 or 6 years ago, as I recall. Mercy.
He still owes me the best part of £10. I'm not a man for nameless mutiny, I assure you. Good lad.
He won't come. His wife's gone into labour. Last I saw him, he was running in circles, full tilt, with staring eyes and an idiot grin across his face.
Oh no, it lied in pots and pans and ankle hooks from right across the enclosure. The sly bastard.
All right, scoundrels, back in your cells!
No, I think it was the consumption. I took a heavy toll throughout that village about 5 or 6 years ago, as I recall. Mercy.
Indeed.
I've tried everything to keep the little buggers out of our garden.
This key is useless.
What are you looking at? You in the market for a husband?
Scotland was paying him map at all. I think he caught a fever out past.
Used to be. So as to ensure a supply.
I've never seen it done that way. Can't fathom how that what they do to. But she's a brave lass, I don't doubt it.
Indeed, I relinquished the tools of my trade to play the viola with them on Sunday.
No, I haven't ventured up that far yet. The Ohio mountains are
He would take the forest much.
Your key is useless.
What do you mean?
It did not fit the lock.
It's not meant to.
You forged a key that does not work.
Well, that all depends on what you mean by work. It'll get us out of here. Just not the way you expected.
Then how?
You're going to use it to get the real key off the warden. You have to swap yours for his.
Why not just have me take the real key? Why all this extra work?
He might notice if it went missing. This way, he'll be none the wiser.
And when he tries to use it?
He won't. That's why we're targeting him.
How do I reach the warden?
Yes. This next part, you may not like.
Oh, as if I've liked the others. Out with it.
You need to pick a fight.
What?
Pick a fight, and they'll throw you in the pit.
And how in the world does this help us?
The warden oversees the pit. Getting sent there is the only way to reach him.
I'll give you credit. You've given this plan to risk my life a great deal of thought.
Take down as many as you can. One or two will only serve to entertain the guards. You need to make them angry. We all have our part to play. Try not to die.
I had not heard of it.
I have not thought of it. You mean the follow field over by the game trail? Is it beyond the apple orchard but before the river? So.
Fancy yourself a troublemaker, eh? Some time in the pit should cool your blood.
Smash them! Look at all of you, pathetic, dirty wretches. You're not but swine, suckling at the teats of civilization. Thieves and scoundrels all. And do you acknowledge this? Do you repent and beg forgiveness? No. You elect instead to commit new and more terrible crimes inside what should be a place of rehabilitation. You bide your time, awaiting the day of release, that you might corrupt anew. The worst part is that the good people of New York are forced, quite literally, to pay for your crimes. Where do you think the money for this prison came from? For your outfits? Our wages?
Need to take care not to raise the alarm.
You then, stop.
Come back, you weak-kneed coward! You are right, stop you! Halt! Let's have a word, chum.
I need to take care not to raise the alarm.
Really, a half turn clockwise. I have to try for myself, but is that all? Well, I'm not sure one of them could lead the way out of the briny one. Well then, I'm a pessimist by nature. Can't pronounce half the bloody name. My mind is the nephew confused well-meaning English to divert themselves.
You'll find Hickey through that door. It's where they keep the important prisoners. Nicer rooms, more space, those sorts of things. It seems even in prison, who you know makes all the difference.
Thank you, Mason, for everything. I will find a way to repay the favor when my work here is finished.
Stay right there! He's legging it! Come back, you weak-kneed coward! Get back here! He thinks he can get away! Let's have a word, chum.
Not who you was expecting, am I right?
What have we here? I thought we'd finished off your kind.
You would like that, wouldn't you? To rid the world of all who do not share your views.
Guilty as charged. Your meddling in the revolution has caused us no small measure of grief. It cannot continue. Our work is too important. But what would you know beyond all the lies Achilles feeds you and the tales you tell yourself?
I know that the people wish to be free, and that men like Washington fight to make it so.
Please, the man is weak. He stumbles and stammers through each engagement, making it all up as he goes along. His pedigree is pathetic, his military record even more so. I could go on and on, but we'd be here for days, so manifold are his faults, so deficient are his merits. He must be dealt with. You as well. I will abide no more flies in the ointment.
Here's how it's gonna work. First we bind you and bring you to your cell. Then tomorrow, you go before the court, accused of plotting to kill good old Georgie. Maybe we could pin the murder of the warden on you too. You did kill him after all. And who wouldn't take the word of Charlie over here? Once that's all squared away, well then,
All those years ago, the child in the forest was you.
I said I would find you.
And so you have. But not quite as you had expected, am I right? You know, all of this might have been avoided had you only done what I asked. Ah, but what's done is done.
Up! Up with you! I said, get up! Up with you! I said, get up! Walk!
Bye now!
Hello, Connor. Didn't think I'd miss your going-away party, did ya? I hear Washington himself is going to be in attendance. Hope nothing bad happens to him.
You said there'd be a trial.
Oh, no trial for traitors, I'm afraid. Lee and Haytham sorted that. It's straight to the gallows for you.
I will not die today. The same cannot be said for you.
That's enough! Keep moving!
You are not alone. Only give a cry when you need us.
Forget about me. You need to stop Hickey. He's... Up you go. Don't want to be late now, do we? You just had to be an hero, didn't you? You and Georgie both. Now you see what it gets you. A pine box and little else.
Brothers, sisters, fellow patriots. Several days ago, we learned of a scheme so vile, so dastardly, that even repeating it now disturbs my being. The man before you plotted to murder... The man before you plotted to murder our much-beloved general. Indeed, what darkness or madness moved him, none can say, and he himself offers no defense, shows no remorse. And though we have begged and pleaded with him to share what he knows, he maintains a deadly silence. If the man will not explain himself, if he will not confess and atone, what other option do we have but this? He sought to send us into the arms of the enemy. And thus we are compelled by justice to send him from this world. May God have mercy on your soul.
Need to stop, Hickey. Go!
I've got a good line on him. Be on it. We'll run him down.
Enough for me. I'm gone.
Damn it. I thought I'd at least live to see another day. Shame.
I want answers. Why did Johnson try and buy my people's land? Why was Pitcairn targeting Adams and Hancock? What purpose would Washington's murder have served? Why does your order support the British?
How should I know? The Templars, Lee, the big man, Haytham, they has the money. They has the power. That's the reason I threw in with them. That's the only reason. Sure, they have some sort of vision for the future too. I didn't give a damn about any of that. They can sing their songs about mankind and its troubles. They can make their plans and spring their traps. Don't bother me none. They paid me, so I said yes. Didn't bother to ask who, or how, or why. Didn't care.
You chose to side with men who would rob us of our humanity simply because it was more profitable?
What else is there? I'm not some blind fool who give up all I've got on principle. What is principle anyway? Can you bring it to the bank? Don't look at me like that. We're different, you and I. You're just some blind fool who's always chasing butterflies. Whereas I'm the type of guy who likes to have a beer in one hand and a tea in the other. Thing is, boy, I can have what I seek. Had it even. Your hands will always be empty.
At ease, men! At ease! I said, lower This man's a hero! Oh, the General can be so stubborn sometimes. Piffle, he said, when we warned him something like this would happen. Piffle!
Stop.
He wanted to kill the commander. Nearly killed you as well. He was a scoundrel.
But still a man.
You're nothing if not consistent.
Where is Washington? I need to speak with him.
Bundled off as soon as your execution went sideways. He's likely on his way back to Philadelphia by now.
And so am I.
Something wrong?
He is still in danger. Hickey did not act alone.
It's quite impressive what you've accomplished.
Is that a compliment?
Now, don't misconstrue. I'm sure the whole endeavor will end tragically. But to have come this far, well, it's more than I ever expected.
The people yearned for freedom but feared to grab hold of it. That fear is gone now.
Thanks to you?
No. This they did on their own.
You diminish your role. But you have always been of humble heart.
I do what is right. No more, no less.
You cannot tell him.
I have to. Otherwise, he will never be safe.
He is safer not knowing. By planting the seeds of doubt, you threaten to topple his entire endeavor. If Washington is paralyzed, Charles Lee will strike. You'll cause the very thing you aim to prevent. Hunt the Templars, as is your duty. But do not drag these men into it.
And for the support of this declaration, with a firm...
We must now all hang together.
Yes, we must indeed all hang together. Or most assuredly, we shall all hang separately.
You are once more our savior.
I must speak with the commander.
He's gone to try and hold New York. The British intend to take it. I fear we'll need to recall our men from Quebec as well. It's one thing to declare our independence.
Everything all right?
Sean has located a second power source. I've asked Rebecca to charter a flight for us.
Where to?
Brazil.
You there, Rebecca?
Bad reception. Can you hear me?
Well, glad to see that's working. Guess I'll try you back when I'm topside.